to our life. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I just want to make sure that this is strong enough. Thank you. We'll just wait a bit to know if others are going to join. It's a busy time, it's a busy day. Thank God it's Friday. Hi, Grab J. Hi, hi, hi. I see you. Welcome. Welcome to live chat. Thank you for joining me. I am very well, thank you. How are you too? I hope your day has been good. And thank God it's Friday. How are you hoping to spend your Friday, your weekend? Grab jab. I hope your weekend is going to be quite enjoyable. Yeah, I really hope so. Thank you for watching. Today it struck me to talk about something that a lot of families are struggling with, the issue of lunch. Lunch, the midday meal. Some I don't know what people call it, but the morning you eat breakfast, in the afternoon you eat lunch. Oh dear, Ryan from Malaysia, so good to have you. So good to have you, Ryan. I don't know what time it is there, but today we are discussing lunch. Lunch as the food you eat in the afternoon. A lot of families are grappling, like struggling with keeping up with lunch, either in preparation, I don't know what's happening there, either in preparation or presentation or availability or access. Yes, access. A lot of families may not be able to maintain to have 3 meals in a day, and then it is always lunch that a lot of people try to bypass. Why? Because it is a time when everyone is busy. My national meal, oh my goodness, I'm from Nigeria and we have like 1,000,001 meals because there are so many diverse cultures. So if I'm talking about Igbo, for instance, we have things like oha soup, egusi soup. A Yoruba will tell you about amala. Igbo will tell you about fufu, which is from cassava. A Yoruba will tell you about amala. Hausa may talk about tuwo. Tuwo is just food you eat, like you mold it and you eat it. So it can be made from either cassava or corn or any grain. So in my country there are lots of foods that you don't even know which one is which. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Gaurav Kumar. Gaurav Kumar, thank you so much. So we are talking about lunch. So a lot of times families are very it's difficult to maintain this part of the meal of the day. So I am asking, is it a necessity? Is it optional? Or is it something you can just bypass? Well, I am from Nigeria, but I'm presently in the UK. So I don't know which of the countries you mean. Country where I am from and country where I am living in. Thank you, Kumar from India. Thank you. The food, that's what I was telling you about the food. My country is Nigeria, so the foods are very diverse because we have a lot of diverse cultures. So there are three main ethnic groups. There is the Hausa ethnic group, which their basic food should be tuwo. There's the Igbo ethnic group, which their basic food is fufu. And there is Yoruba ethnic group, which their main food is amala. So depending on where one is coming from, one can just identify their major food in their locality. That is the beauty of a multicultural country like my own, like Nigeria. So yeah, I like UK food, but as a nutritionist, I don't get to indulge in most of their foods because to me they are mostly junk. Thank you. Thank you, Kumar. So I still stick to my local food. In my closet there, in my storage, I still have lots of my local foods. We still eat most of my local foods. That's still what we eat as a family. So, but today we are talking about whatever food you are eating, however you are eating it. Do you consider lunch as a necessity? Or is it a luxury? Or is it optional? In many homes today, lunch is becoming optional. This is based on two reasons. Amna, Amna is the best. Oh, okay. I'm here to taste it and I would really love to taste it. I would really love to taste it. Esther! Nigerian food is the best. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Oh, oh, Kumar, thank you. Thank you. If you need someone to be healed, I'm available to give the smile. I just hope it will heal the person. Okay, so we are looking at, is it optional, is it luxury, or is it a necessity? Yadav, hello. So at some point, we know that there are things that may make a family consider lunch as a luxury. Number one is the financial capacity of that home. The economic condition of a home. I am good, Yadav, thank you. The economic condition of a home can just make them automatically consider lunch as a luxury or as an optional meal. So when the family is not buoyant enough to afford to eat three times, usually it is the lunch that they get to forsake. They just kind of keep the lunch aside. People will eat, good enough in the morning and leave the lunch, then eat for the night because mafia gorillas from Nigeria, thank you. That's my country. Thank you. So a lot of families will rather just eat breakfast and eat dinner because those are the time. For morning you need the breakfast to be able to work, and then for night you need to have a full tummy to be able to sleep well. So a lot of families now consider lunch as a luxury. Yeah, how is Aso Rock? How is Aso Rock, Mafia Gorilla? Thank you. So when families are not economically buoyant, they tend to consider lunch as a luxury. This is nobody's fault. It is a family strategy to survive. Sorry, I can't take that call now. It is a family strategy to survive, and this is perfectly okay. I will still talk about how nutritionally okay it is towards the end of this live video. So it is perfectly okay to skip lunch as when a family is not financially buoyant. Another reason could be that the parents are continuously becoming busier and busier and busier. Manique, yes, so I'm black, black, black. See my hands, see my face, blacky, blacky. Melanin popping. I just need to get it smoother. Okay, so when parents are getting very busy, it becomes really difficult to keep up with the routine of taking breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When we were younger, like myself, I had a mother who was a primary school teacher. And not just that schools close early then, schools were closing 1 o'clock then. I don't know what's happening now. School closes at 1 o'clock, so we usually would just get home with my mother and we get into the kitchen. Before 2:30 we would have our lunch, and then we start preparing for dinner. So normally that was our routine and it was fine. But these days, hardly will you see a mother who is perpetually at home, or even if that mother is a teacher, hardly will any school close at 1 o'clock these days. Most schools close at 3. If you are in a city like Lagos, for instance, even if school closes at 3, you don't get home until 5 o'clock. A lot of children get home at 6 p.m. That is those that are fortunate enough to have people to come pick them. Others may be in school until that 6 p.m., 5 p.m. before their parents are able to navigate their way to go pick them from school. A lot of children are put on after school care here, that their parents are really busy. So because parents are getting continuously busier and busier, lunch, that concept of lunch is becoming a luxury. So there is also another condition. Another condition is the how do I say it? Some parents are not just marked out for the job of parenting. There are very few women you would make to cook breakfast, cook lunch, and cook dinner. My goodness, even if they are not working, you can't keep a woman in the kitchen for almost complete 6 hours of a day, because she might spend 2 hours in the morning, spend 2 hours in the afternoon, spend 2 hours in the evening in the kitchen preparing lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So a lot of women would rather just, either skip it or do something that will be very quick and easy. Pop it in the microwave or pop it on the stove and get the food ready and pass it on. Now, the big question, is lunch a necessity? Is it a luxury, or is it optional? We know that nutrition is changing. Nutrition is drastically changing. So if you are on this video, I would want you to understand that today nutrition is no longer about quantity. It is now about quality. As a parent, as a single person, or as an individual, even if you are considering skipping your lunch, I would urge you to make sure that your breakfast and your dinner are of very good quality. There's a song that my mom used to sing for us then that makes a lot of sense in today's concept of nutrition. It didn't make a lot of sense then, because then People that ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner are known as people that are well to do. But the song says, the vulture eats between his meals, and that's the reason why. He very, very rarely sleeps and what. But the truth is that the vulture is not a very healthy animal because he's always eating. So today, the nutrition concept is preaching that for a while you can choose to give your body some time to rest. You are not just an eating machine. Your body gets overworked if it is always digesting something. If you have noticed, usually when you eat, maybe if you are at work, immediately you finish eating, it seems you are broken, like you get so tired and you'll be asking yourself, why am I so tired all of a sudden? This is because your body spends a whole lot of energy trying to break down whatever food you eat. So what do you think might be the solution? The solution might be that it will be advisable to be giving your body a little bit of time to rest. I'm not talking about children. Children are different species altogether. But as long as you are above 20, 25, 30, you are supposed to be giving your body time to rest. When you go to bed at night, if you ate around 11, 10, and by 6, 7 a.m. because you are going to work, you're already munching food in your stomach, you're not going to live very long. Well, it's not in anybody's hand to tell how long people will live, but these are things that you help to support your body to rest. It is advised that for dinner, you at least try and eat, 6, 7, at most 8 o'clock. By the time you consume at 8 o'clock, you are resting 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 hours. Actually, I would advise adults to eat breakfast around 10 a.m. So if you ate at 8, you would have 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 14 hours a break. If you give your body 14 hours break, actually it's recommended 15 hours. If you give your body 14 to 15 hours break, your body will be able to restore, to reset. I will give you an example. I developed migraine a long time ago when I was in my final year in the university. That was 2007. I didn't understand what was happening to me that night. I went blind, practically blind. I was out studying with my study group, and all of a sudden I started having like star on my face, and before I knew it, I went blind and blank. My mates had to lead me back to my room, and from that day on, I recognized that I had started having migraine. I wept because I didn't know what was happening to me. But when I realized, yeah, it was diagnosed to be migraine, I went to doctors. I went to doctors in Europe, in everywhere that I went. I thought it was something. They said, there's nothing to do about it. You can't cure it. You can only manage it. Well, it was recommended that I started wearing a sunshade, that the sun could aggravate it. I started wearing the sunshades. The sunshade does not even, it works, but not when I am hungry or when I am stressed. It was mainly stress that was aggravating mine. Just recently, okay, around 2021, I started one job that I got that really took the life out of me. So I got under a lot of stress that a day came that I practically passed out from that kind of headache. You won't believe that in the hospital they had to put anesthesia for me to be able to manage the pain. So after that, I started having dizziness. Instead of migraine, it will turn into a very bad dizzy spell. Sometimes I became nauseous. I would even vomit. So at some point, nothing was working. I started taking medication but it wouldn't work. When I start having the aura, which is the black dots, I'll take the medication. The only thing it will do is that instead of knocking me out, I may just have like a headache, but it wasn't like working until I discovered what is known as intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is a kind of fasting you condition your body not to eat food until a certain period of time. I started with 15 hours, which is what we calculated earlier. But my body got better, but it wasn't enough. I realized that each time I distorted the pattern, I would get the migraine. Oh my, I said no. How is it that it is when I go hungry that I feel better? I started researching, and my research revealed that when you allow your body to rest, when you give your body a certain amount of time to rest, even your hormones are regulated, even your digestive enzymes are regulated, even your stomach acid are regulated. Things are regulated in your body. And I realized that if I ate by 8 p.m. the previous day and I do not eat till 12 o'clock the next day, that was my plug. If I continue this for 5 months, I will not get a dizzy spell. But any day that maybe my routine is distorted, maybe I'm traveling, maybe I went to a new place, I start eating like regular breakfast, regular lunch, regular dinner, I start getting the dizzy spell, I start getting the migraine. So everybody's body is not mine. At least I practice personalized nutrition. In personalized nutrition, everybody's body is analyzed, and we identify what is happening to you. But this is me, and this is what is happening to me today. As it is now, no matter how wonderful a dish is, no matter how enticing a breakfast is, it will take a big glutton longer throat for me to touch it, because I know what the implication is going to be. So the point I'm making is, if in your home you think that lunch is a luxury, you are right. If you think that lunch is a necessity, you might also be right. If you think that lunch is optional, you may also be right. No matter what is causing it, no matter how it is coming, is it economic situation? Is it how busy you are? Is it out of, I won't call it laziness, is it out of choice? You are right in your choices, and I'm saying that all may have benefits. When you have children, that are under 18, under 20, it might not be an option, because it's either you are providing it at school or you are packing it for them when they are going to school. But as long as you are an adult, 18, 20, 25, it is good to start listening to your body, start conditioning it, start allowing it to take a rest before you just keep pumping food, The energy you use in digestion can contribute a lot to oxidative stress. It can contribute a lot to aging of your organs. Of course, they are like engines. The more work they do, the more tired they become, the more aging that comes on with them. So if you would want to be, healthier, live longer, brighter skin, not like my own, you may want to consider a little bit of fasting. A little bit of fasting will do your body a lot of good. It might not have anything to do with spiritual, but if you also want to make it spiritual, I am telling you that even physically, fasting has a lot of benefits. I just shared mine. If you would want to share yours in the comments, I am happy to hear you. Everybody here is happy to learn from you. But what I need to make you understand today is that fasting is important. It can be good for your health. It can also be good for your spirit if you believe it. But if you have decided not to eat lunch due to any concern of yours, any condition of yours, any decision of yours, you might as well be doing your body a little bit of favor, as long as you don't have children in the house. Even myself in my home, because I still have children in my home, as much as I wouldn't want to eat until noon, I still make sure that I provide food for the children. But as soon as a child is up to 18-20, giving your body a rest is a good and very applaudable approach to health. Thank you. Yes, Esther. In fact, I believe it totally, because for more than 10 years counting, I was looking for solution to my migraine. Everybody around me know it. People around me already know that once I get stressed, once I get upset, it's a matter of hours and it will just set in. But for the past, for the past, okay, I started noticing it from like 2 years ago. I started noticing that if I continue, skipping maybe a meal, and not eating as early as I should, the migraine does not come, no matter how stressed I am. So what I have realized is that the fasting is helping my body to regulate itself. When you are fasting, you are giving your body time to relax and even do other things, which the hormonal regulation is a part of it. If you see yourself, if you are not menstruating, if you are not sleeping well, if there are all these little things that come with getting older, of course, people like me, we are getting older. I am 40 something. So by the time your body is getting older and older, you will realize that there are a few adjustments you have to make here and there to make your body stable. Why? Because anytime from 30, your body is no longer the way it used to be. I will talk about this the next time, about supplementation. But what brought me there is that anytime you are above 30, you might be needing to add supplements to your regimen. Supplements, things like fasting. You start learning to look away from certain types of food, red meat. When people are flaunting how much they eat and how much they are enjoying by eating all sorts of things, you need to start. The child on Nigerian A Space was telling the mom, be calming down. You need to be calming down with the kind of things you put in your body. Your body is no more working as it used to work before. It doesn't have the energy anymore. The enzymes are no more as active as they were. Lots of things are no more as they used to be. So you need to be calming down on the kind of things you put in your body, the amount you put. Are we talking about oil? These are all topics we are going to discuss. The kind of oil you put in your mouth, the kind of food you put in your mouth, the kind of, even the things you expose yourself physically. As an adult, as an advanced adult, you need to just be very careful about where you put your leg, where you put your body, what you put in your mouth, even in your mind. You start choosing your battle. It's not everything that come around you go and put your mouth inside. When it is late, go to bed and lie down. When people are quarreling, if they will listen to you, calm them down. If they will not listen, quietly take yourself out of the toxic environment. All of these things are contributing to your health. When people are trying to annoy you, intentionally, you don't tolerate it. Because when you are angry, it was Mandela that said that being angry, being bitter is like drinking poison and expecting it to kill another person. He said it on the physical basis, but I'm telling you on the chemistry basis, it is true. Because when you are angry, there are chemicals that are released in your guts, in your stomach, that are killing your microbial population and rendering your guts vulnerable to attacks. So when you are bitter, when you are angry, you are killing yourself. There is a doctor that is healing cancer patients just by asking them to forgive everybody that have offended them. He would take them through forgiveness stage, take them through relaxation stage, take them through, freeing their minds. And you realize that your mind is doing a lot to your body. Sorry, I am over, diverting, but today I just wanted to discuss about lunch, and I want to be having just 30 minutes time with my people. So, is lunch a luxury? Is it optional, or is it a necessity? You may need to answer that in your own home, in your own way, from what you have learned today. If you think there is anything you need to put on, please go to our YouTube page, Brain Foods for Gods, where you joined, and put up your comment so that we'll continue growing, and that can also give me more ideas of what to discuss. Thank you so much for joining me. I do not take your time for granted. I appreciate you. Thank you.